Guard and center field number 11,
Welcome, everyone. What better way to end the weekend than the NBA on 2K Sports? With Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, and alongside us is Shams Charania. We'll be hanging out, chatting with us for a bit. Shams, great to have you with us as always, man.
Absolutely, and BA, there's a lot to talk about these days, so thanks for having me.
Tee us up now. Is the news robust or minimal at this time of year?
Oh, BA, it's always fluid with me.
And the decision by the Knicks to change their head coach this summer, Shams. A controversial move, to say the least.
Absolute stunner, because this team had really built an identity. They were just coming off a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years in New York. So can they continue to build on that culture under Coach Mike Brown? I'm told Mike Brown understands this Knicks job, BA. It's championship or bust moving forward.
He's a tough guy. It's a tough town. We'll see if the Knicks have another run in them. And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup. Porter Jr. is the 4 with Claxton at the 5. Cam Thomas out there with Saraf. And it's Mann in at the small forward position. And for the Knicks, they've got Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Bridges in at shooting guard. Now here's Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
Leaving no doubt on that one. The explosiveness of Towns, really powerful.
Porter gets the bucket.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Anunoby, coming off a terrific game against Minnesota. Here's Brunson outside. He can't get that one to fall. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside man. Pass to Thomas. Outside man. Screen by Claxton. 5 to shoot. And here's Porter. Another miss by Porter. Bridges outside. Robinson on the wing. Now Anunoby. New York working the ball around now. And here's Brunson from the arc. Counted from distance.
When your mechanics are as strong as Brunson's, there's nothing to think about. Just shoot the ball.
Thomas outside. Fires the 3. And it's New York with a rebound. They want to keep rolling here following a win against Minnesota.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Now here's Porter, coming off a 28-point game against Detroit.
And piling up the points at the line. He was in attack mode all night.
A 1 for 5 start so far, not what they envisioned coming into this game.
Here's Towns. He picked up 15 in their last win against Minnesota. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. And it's Porter with the ball for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. Robinson with the block.
We know Robinson is an elite rim protector. So, yeah, you might want to try that move on somebody else. Oh, I love watching him flush it home, showing how easily he can get off the ground and bang it.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And even as the NBA enters the first year of its lucrative new broadcasting deal, Shams, still plenty of fixation on the ratings.
Yeah, BA, and we've heard directly from the league that it's part of the culture of the NBA to be self-critical. And when you look at the growth of the NBA year over year, perhaps that restlessness is part of the reason why the league is thriving in a lot of ways. They're going to continue to find innovative ways, whether it's their TV deals, innovations in social media, innovations with other platforms to continue to get the NBA out there.
Well, one thing we know, they listen and they never stand still.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Porter. Pass to Thomas. They need this. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, the power from Thomas. A well-built two.
Towns outside. Back to Brunson. Lets the three fly. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Brunson's got 6.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Saraf uses the glass to finish the layup.
Great use of the screen. That's how you practice it and draw it up.
Towns outside. Back to Brunson. Screen by Robinson. Shoots. The kick out to Brunson. Here's the three. Offensive board. Goes up with it again. And he sinks the layup. Give him 8.
Doesn't matter which hand he uses. Brunson is an excellent finisher around the rim.
Outside man. Pass to Saraf. Here's Thomas. Towns with a rebound.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Outside Brunson. With the floater. That shot is off. Nets trail by 8. Pass to Saraf. Thomas outside. Outside man. He shoots. Drained it for 2 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And we've heard greats like KD and LeBron question ring culture in the NBA, Shams.
They both chased after championships as well, though. They've both gone after those rings. And so, for sure, counting rings, that definitely oversimplifies the legacy of the game. We have to see exactly how the player's body of work stacks up. Everyone's going to have their own opinion. Everyone's going to have their take. And trying to influence public opinion is a tricky game. At the end of the day, people are going to look at stats. They're going to look at how many championships you win. They're going to look at the entire body of work. And rings culture is a part of that to an extent.
Yeah, think about the civic pride that comes to a city that an organization is in when they do win a championship.
Kevin Durant won 2 rings with the Warriors when he went there. LeBron James won 2 rings with the Miami Heat when he went there. So they both have gone and sought after that culture that comes with championship pedigree.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
And then Porter with the dunk.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Hart's checked in for New York. Now, since we have this break, here are the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In third, the Knicks.
And whenever you turn the ball over against them, they pushed it right back at you. Last year, they were just merciless at exploiting teams whenever they made mistakes against them.
Screen by Robinson. New York, again, can't hit.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Here's Thomas for 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Bridges passes to Brunson. Towns taking his time here. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
You cannot shoot the ball much better than he is right now.
Nets trail by 6. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Man with it. Hart's there. Pass to Saraf. Unloads. And the Nets tack on 2 more. Shams, I know you've had discussions with Commissioner Adam Silver about the league possibly expanding into Europe. Where does that stand?
Well, it's fluid, BA, and Commissioner Adam Silver and other league officials have been very clear to me. It's a process that's going to be measured in years, not necessarily months. There's definitely a sense They want to better serve those fans in Europe, start their own league out there that's NBA affiliated. And that's something the NBA is much more further along in exploring in the days, weeks, and months ahead, as opposed to expansion immediately.
And New York has possession. The Nets making their last shot. Here's Towns. Bridges outside. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. And the Knicks lead by 5.
You don't want to let Bridges find what he's looking for on the perimeter. You know, he's got an improving stroke from distance.
Bridges against Thomas. Shoots over Bridges. And there's another one for the Nets.
Wow, what a fantastic move by Thomas. He uses the bounce to create space.
Pass to Towns. Double team on Towns. Hart from long range. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Robinson knows his strength and great value is on the offensive glass. Got himself a hoop that time, too.
Now here's Porter. Three-pointer. Hart pulls it in.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Brunson. Jacks up a three. Brooklyn with the board. Man's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Porter. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Robinson. Bridges outside. A minute 29 left in the opening quarter.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
And here's Thomas from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Not his best night and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Bridges finds Hart. And again, the Knicks missing. Nets trail by 5. Left side man. Back to Porter. Pass to Thomas. The three. That one drops, and it comes off an assist from Porter. Thomas has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, there's no question. Thomas has the green light from out there.
Towns down low. He's guarded by Porter. To the middle. Claxton passes to man. Thomas, a screen on Brunson. Saraf can't hit.
Defense practically daring him to take that shot, and it worked out for him.
To the inside. Here's Towns, and it's going to be a 3-second call. So both teams making some changes here. We've got 13 seconds left in the opening quarter. Here's Dimon. 1 second left. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's the Knicks. They're up by 2, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, we're in the era of the three-point basket. So if you want to win games in this league, you have to connect from deep. And they have been thus far.
Something else they're doing well tonight, guys. Lots of points in the paint. Something to continue to keep our eye on.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Nets. Torrey out there with Dimon. Then it's Zaire Williams, and it's Clowney in at the 4 slot. Wolf, good. It's interesting, Shams. Commissioner Silver said injuries in the 2025 playoffs were the second lowest in a decade, but big injuries, Achilles injuries to Tatum and Lillard and Halliburton. It didn't feel that way.
No, and it's really unfortunate. Those are some really serious injuries to some seriously important players in the NBA, and given the gravity of that, it's clearly an issue that goes beyond the playoffs. I'm told the league is continuing to gather the data. Of course, player health is in everyone's best interest of the league. Adam Silver, they're paying a very close eye to this.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Karl Anthony Towns is now familiar with the ethos of this Knicks team. He said they're gritty, they find a way to win, they never quit, bringing that New York mentality every single night. It's something that you recognize when you get to live in that kind of a culture. BA, back to you.
They are relentless. All right, Allie, appreciate the report.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Dimon. 8 points in his last time out. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. 6 to shoot. Here's Traore. He's covered by Clarkson. Traore can't hit. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Their next game playing at home as the Grizzlies come to town.
Bridges playing right through the whistle that time. Love that determination.
New York shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. OG Anunoby checked in for Clarkson.
And they didn't look to score often off turnovers, finishing in the top 20 in the league in that respective category.
Mikal Bridges has what I call a balanced game. Not many holes, can do a little bit of everything. He gives you points and a sprinkle of everything else, plus some really effective defense to go with it.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. And it's Zaire Williams with a foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Yabusele. He's scoreless. Screen by Hart. Clock at 6. Back to Yabusele. Lets it go from deep. And with the new CBA, Shams, powerhouse teams faced with tough choices on their rosters.
That's the one part about the CBA. It's becoming difficult to keep everyone in the fold. It's perhaps made dynasties less feasible in the modern era, and we've already seen unprecedented amount of parity in today's NBA.
Well, one thing's for sure, you better develop your younger players as well.
And on that note, BA, there's no better place to look at than Oklahoma City.
He drops it from range. McBride's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Nets trail by 3. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Porter. Here's Saraf from the arc. The rebound by Yabusele. Now here's Bridges. He's guarded by man. McBride can't get it to go.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Outside, Williams. Brooklyn, no good that time either. New York leading by 3. Pass to Bridges. Takes the 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Williams on the wing. Here's Saraf. Porter looks it over. This one for 3. Pure from 3-point range. Porter's got 9.
How about that smooth shot from the arc for Porter? He's got such a confident release in deep range, too.
Yabusele, a screen on Williams. Anunoby can't get it to go. The Nets have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Down low. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand.
Boy, nice way to punctuate that possession.
Now here's Bridges. 7 points in the game. Here's Saraf. Outside Porter. And the one thing you hear about in hoop circles, the weak link theory. You familiar, Charles?
Yeah, you know, it's an idea that to win nowadays, you can't have a weak link for the other team to expose. You need guys that can play both ends of the floor, guys that can play defense, guys that can also spread the floor, that aren't a liability on either end of the floor. So we saw that in the NBA Finals, two teams clearly stacked with guys who play both ends.
And that one's good.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Anunoby. Outside Hart. Pass to Bridges. Looking to end the run. Drills it from deep. He's got 10.
This second quarter, he's been much better, improving over that slow start.
And so the timeout by Jordi Fernandez here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
They hit a couple big shots, but overall, there was a lack of consistency. Just not their night at the offensive end.
And you know what? If you're not going to outwork your opposition, then you typically are going to get outplayed.
And some changes here for New York. Towns, he's checked in for Yabusele. Clarkson comes in for Bridges. And Brunson is subbed in for McBride. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Cam Thomas comes in for Williams. Now here's Porter. He's got 11. And yep, it's good. Porter's got 7 points here in the quarter.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Towns for 3. Cat stretching the floor. My goodness.
Oh, my goodness. The 7-footer launching from way beyond the arc. How do you contest that? I don't think you can.
Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Thomas outside. Pass to Saraf. Takes a 3. The Knicks pull it in. They're getting their first look of the season at Brooklyn in this one.
Last year shows that having the better overall record doesn't mean you're going to dominate the lesser opponent.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
And you talk to front office insiders, they'll tell you depth is a necessity for a winning team, Charles.
With more parity, that comes more competition. And I'm told front office executives are continuing to scout players that they feel bring that competitive drive, that desire, that will to want to play and compete on a nightly basis. Because these games this season gets long. It's not as frequent when you can just coast through games. You need some real horses to finish the race of the regular season.
Yeah, good point. Now here's Hart. No points yet. They set the pick. Clarkson for 3. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
Improving shot mechanics. Good height on that jumper. Nice arc. I like what I see there from Clarkson.
Here's Saraf. Outside Porter. The 3. That one's good. He's now 8 for 13.
A steady start has turned into a spectacular second quarter for him.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. Towns outside from behind the arc. Saraf with the rebound. Saraf's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to Thomas. Pass to Claxton. Now Porter. Thomas outside. Beyond the arc. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know, his touch just has not been there tonight. You wonder how big their lead would be if he was hot.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Saraf. Inside. Here's Thomas. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
Now here's Hart, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Boy, that effort is absolutely fantastic here. I mean, Hart staying active, being persistent, tracking down the rebound, and making sure they get something out of that extra possession.
He's a potent mix of effort and ability. Hard to shut down a player of his caliber.
Screen by Hart from deep. And Anunoby gets the three. Anunoby's got 5.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And Shams, thanks for dropping in, man. It is always a pleasure to have you.
Likewise, we've got to do this again soon. I've got news coming up on the other line here. Hold on, BA. I'm going to run, but we'll definitely do this again soon.
Oh, we know he's always got news.
Hey, I mean, if something is going down that's big news, Shams is the first to get a hold of it. He knows everybody around the NBA.
Here's Towns. The Nets making their last shot. Here's Brunson outside. He can't hit that time.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there, and of course that one was just crazy.
Pass to Thomas. Here's Saroff. Outside Porter. And the layup falls. And now it's a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
Porter Jr. showing us he'll fight to score inside, flexing some muscle in the interior.
With the 10-footer, hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. He's got 10. Thomas with the ball. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Michael Porter, he's been the guy making things happen for the Brooklyn Nets. He's been productive scoring the ball. He's got 20 points so far. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
Welcome to our 2K Sports Studio. The Brooklyn Nets find themselves in quite a battle here tonight.
Talk about putting yourself in a position to succeed. They've executed, and they're taking good shots.
Playing just the way it's drawn up, and let's credit their game planning as well. All right, let's switch it over. See what the fans are posting on social media. We've got one here from NBA champions 1995. Would you rather play in today's league or your own era? Kenny, you want to start us out?
Ooh, that's a tough, because I do get curious about how my game would translate in today's games. Guys taking so many threes. I was a good three-point shooter. But I still take my era. I can't argue with...
Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian and...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. One of the stories here, Michael Porter getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And you might think the toughest picks are set by the bruisers. But some say the shooters actually set the best screens. Why is that?
Well, the guy guarding a shooter doesn't want to leave their side. So when they screen you, you get no help.
Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Mike Brown. New York trailing. To the left wing. Shoots from the baseline. He nails it. That's his 5th make in 11 tries.
Creating space with that quick, tight, efficient dribble. Excellent move by Brunson there.
Outside man. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson. And Brunson's got the ball here for the New York Knicks. For the lead. And it's Thomas with the rebound.
Letting him have that from mid-range. Defense dodged the bullet there.
Man misses.
Stumbling to start the second half. 3 straight misses.
Anunoby for 3. They grab their own miss. And here's Brunson from the arc. Brunson missing again.
It has been a shaky start this half for their offense, shooting just 1 of 5.
Saroff can't hit.
Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Pass to Brunson. Launches a three. That one's down for Brunson.
He's been doing some real damage from range. 2 threes in the first half. Now 1 in the second.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now here's Porter. 20 points for him. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Anunoby passes to Brunson. Back to Anunoby. New York working the ball around now. Towns against Porter. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. The shot by Towns, no good. Nets trail by 3. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
This is what Porter Jr. does. I mean, he has this unique ability and effortless way of just taking over games.
Pass to Robinson. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Robinson's got his second basket of the night. And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. And now a look back at last year's top shooting teams in the NBA. New York in 5th.
They had great productivity from their shooters last year. The guys they were counting on to knock down a high percentage of their shots, they did that. And they hope to see those same kinds of numbers this year.
Thomas up top. He's guarded by Bridges. Here's Saroff. Pass to Mann. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Fires away from way outside. Porter's shot is off.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Yeah, relentless worker. Bridges, so tough inside.
Nets trail by 5. Here's Saroff. Thomas outside. Connects from downtown. Thomas has got 15.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Outside Anunoby. Towns outside. From outside the arc. Ooh, a silky three-pointer from Towns.
And, you know, we know he has this shot in his bag. I mean, Towns enjoys going right back at the opponent with the 3-ball.
Thomas outside. Pass to Mann. Thomas outside. Here's Saroff. Brunson defending. Saroff can't hit.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Now here's Brunson. 15 points in the game. Pass to Anunoby. Three-pointer, Bridges. Porter pulls it in.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Claxton can't get it to go. Knicks leading by 5. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thank you. Teammate Josh Hart may call Jalen Brunson the king of New York, but Brunson says, I would never consider myself a face of the franchise, but I'm a leader of this team. That's what I want to do, and I am grateful for the opportunity. I don't take this for granted. Guys?
Staying humble. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Here's Saroff. Outside Porter. On the wing man. Pass to Saroff. And here's Porter. Launches it. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game.
He can't get anything to fall, at least not this quarter.
And that one's good for Brunson.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Clark, 51 wins for the New York Knicks last season. Their best finish in over a decade.
Yeah, and they got that done despite significant turnover on their roster, BA, making it even more impressive. And as they gel, The question is, can this team take the next step and contend for a title? I think they're certainly capable.
Hart's checked in for Anunoby. And a change for the Nets. Clowney, he's checked in for Michael Porter. Thomas outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. And the Knicks with possession. They're on a 15-5 run. Pass to Robinson. Towns on a screen. Three-pointer, Bridges. Brooklyn with the board. Claxton's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Clowney. Back to man. It's Thomas on the wing. He's guarded by Bridges. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Knicks leading by 8. Brunson passes to Towns. Back to Brunson. Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Fires for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Bridges has got 15.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Pass to man. The 3 ball. The Knicks pull it in.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
And they were top 5 in free throw percentage, making their shots at the line. Some real steady players on that team.
And these guys really took advantage whenever their opponents turned the ball over, finishing in the top 5 in points off turnovers last season. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Saroff. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Thomas. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Now Brunson. He's got 18. Off target from 3-point range. Driving in. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And the Knicks miss again.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Saroff. The 3 is up. And it's New York with a rebound. Bridges has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Towns. Bridges outside. Right side, Brunson. Back to Bridges. From downtown. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists in the game. And the Nets with possession here. Down by 12. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. They set the pick. Here's Clowney. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Here's Thomas for 3. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Screen by Robinson. And here's Brunson from the arc. And it's Thomas with the rebound. Nets trail by 15. Pass to man. Goes up on the wing. Unable to get that one.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long 2s are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
To the paint. Here's Clowney. And there it is for him. Clowney's gotten his first bucket of the night.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Adjustments are a part of every game, and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
So for the Knicks, Yabusele, he's checked in for Robinson. Clarkson comes in for Karl Anthony Towns. And Miles McBride subbed in for Brunson. Now here's Clarkson. He's got 5. Pass to Bridges. Back to Clarkson. Outside Hart. 5 on the clock. 4-3. The rebound by the Nets.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Here's Dimon. 36 seconds left in the third. Pass to Porter. Here's Wolf. He's covered by Yabusele. Wolf can't get it to go. New York leading by 13. Inside. Bridges, right side. Yabusele, a screen on Williams. Three-pointer, Bridges. It's hauled in by Wolf. Wolf's got 4 rebounds now. For 3, Dimon. The shot no good. And so it's the New York Knicks in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been in total control in this game, and they hope it continues. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court for the Nets as we get the fourth quarter going. We've got Zaire Williams. Dimon out there with Traore. Then it's Michael Porter, and it's Wolf in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so it's New York with it, following the bucket by Brooklyn. On the wing, Clarkson. Back to McBride for 3. Sends it home from three-point land.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Porter. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 8 rebounds in the game.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And Clarkson never takes his foot off the accelerator. He puts pressure on defenses and gets these type of calls.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
And that one falls for Clarkson.
Really a good free throw shooter. You'd like to see Clarkson get to the line even more because of that.
The Knicks making a switch here. Hart's checked in. And so Clarkson nails both of them. Nets trail by 16. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Williams from long range. The Knicks with the rebound. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Back to McBride. Screen by Hart. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Wolf. Wolf's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
For him, it has not been a game to remember, but all they care about is that W.
And he's finding the bottom of the net consistently. Porter Jr. is scoring with ease.
And really the heartbeat of this Knicks team is Jalen Brunson, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., the lifeblood, both on the court and his willingness to take less on his contract, giving them the leeway to enhance their talent.
Yabusele, he's checked in for New York.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
Now here's Clarkson. Out to the wing. Towns, left side. Just 5 to shoot. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
Showing determination inside. Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line, 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
One of the things I love about Towns is how versatile he is. He's a big guy who continues to be a matchup nightmare for defenses.
Claxton, he's checked in for Brooklyn. No good on the second free throw. Nets trail by 14. To the middle. Pass to Dimon. Back to Porter. Now here's Williams. Covered by Towns. Puts up a 3. Brooklyn, no good that time either. New York leading by 14. To the inside. Here's Clarkson. Towns on a screen. Fires the 3. McBride can't get it to go. And so Porter will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. To the wing on the left. For 3, Dimon. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. The floater. Here's Traoré. Back to Williams. Claxton passes to Porter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Dimon. Brooklyn, no good that time either. The Knicks have gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Clarkson for 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Claxton's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Williams. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Gershon Yabusele.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Yabusele. And it's Josh Hart in for McBride. Knicks leading by 11. Towns outside. Clarkson outside. There's the triple. The Knicks keep it alive. Robinson passes to Hart. Clarkson for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. Towns has got 4 assists now tonight.
The three-point shot of Clarkson runs hot and cold. But boy, when it's on, Jordan's so difficult to stop.
Now here's Claxton. Outside Porter. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. Porter's got 8 points here in the quarter.
He's doing a heck of a job, and his offense is keeping them afloat.
Porter against Towns. Clarkson uses the glass on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 13.
Fighting his way inside, Clarkson shows good body control.
On the wing, Porter. Pass to Claxton. Outside Porter. Claxton, a screen on Anunoby. Here's Dimon. Over Clarkson. And it's Dimon missing. Clarkson outside. Pass to Towns. Towns double team. Hart from long range. And again, New York with the triple.
You know, confidence is a big part of success in the NBA. And when Hart is assertive like this, it helps him get going.
Here's Dimon. Down low. And Claxton throws it down.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush. He's lifting up this team with his offensive output. What a big-time quarter for him.
Left side, Williams. Pass to Dimon. Porter a screen from behind the arc. And it's Dimon missing. New York leading by 17. New York working the ball around now. Now Towns. Clarkson outside. And no good, trying to use the glass. Nets trail by 17. Here's Porter. Pass to Claxton. Here's Traoré. He's covered by Clarkson. Porter against Hart. Claxton a screen on Robinson. Williams from long range hits a three-pointer. Williams has got 6 here in the quarter.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Bridges checked in for New York. Brunson comes in for Clarkson. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan with his team. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Brunson. New York again can't hit. Right side, Porter. Pass to Thomas. Shoots over Bridges, and there's another one for Brooklyn.
Oh, you gotta love the fight. Thomas going to work down low.
And Brunson's got the ball here for New York. 17 points was their biggest margin. Now here's Robinson. Back to Brunson. Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
You know, you've got to give it to Brunson. He does not discriminate. He gives the business to whoever is guarding.
It's Bridges on the wing. Pass to Towns. Back to Bridges. Towns against Thomas. Kicks it out to Anunoby. And a miss there on the triple. Nets trail by 14. Now Porter. It's Thomas on the wing. Pass to Saroff. Launches a three. Robinson rips down the board. And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Knicks. 17 points was their biggest margin. Brunson taking his time here. Now Robinson, outside Anunoby, from deep. Rebounded by Porter. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Beyond the arc. It's off.
Hey, I had no idea why he's still shooting threes. He's got to find another way to be productive.
Jams it home.
Over his career, Mikal Bridges has taken on a bit more of a scoring load, and we're seeing another huge night from him here.
Here's Saroff. Here's Porter. Outside man. Shot's no good.
Relatively open from mid-range. You'd like to see that one go down.
Outside Bridges. Outside Brunson. Towns outside. Jacks up a three. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got his 5th assist in this one. 1:27 left in the 4th quarter.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Knicks.
And at first glance, it appeared to be an easy win for them. However, they had to weather some storms along the way, Grant.
Yeah, in terms of competitiveness, it was a lot closer than the final score indicates.
And with this win, they've tallied up a total of 6 wins on the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
We know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And they got a lot of great solo efforts tonight, but probably none bigger than the performance for Karl Anthony Towns.
I have to say, he was totally unleashed tonight, flying up and down the court, helping out however he could. He made a big impact on both ends.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Yabusele, he's checked in for Robinson. Hart comes in for Anunoby. And it's Shamet in for Bridges. And both free throws good for Thomas. Well, some lament the death of the mid-range jumper in today's game. Grant, you got any fixes?
Well, some have suggested cutting out the corner threes. If the three-point line was only like above the break, teams would probably need to rely more on that mid-range.
Oh, it misses. Here's Dimon. Now Thomas. Rebounded by Towns. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
If things are definitely working offensively, a balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Puts up the tray. Nope. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And let's reveal our player of the game, Karl Anthony Towns.